watching Lango News channel.
If you die, there's nothing to fear.
Raila Amolo Odinga's life is a story woven into the very fabric of Kenya's political journey, a tale of courage, conviction, sacrifice and resilience. Born into a family of nationalists, Odinga grew to become one of the most influential and controversial figures in East African politics. His path from an engineer and lecturer to a fearless reformist, prisoner of conscience, and ultimately a national leader reflects Kenya's own struggles toward democracy and justice. Through decades of political imprisonment, relentless activism, and repeated presidential bids, Raila Odinga earned both admiration and criticism, yet remained steadfast in his vision of a more equitable Kenya. His story is not merely a personal chronicle, but a mirror of nation's turbulent search for unity, freedom and progress, a journey that continued until his final days in 2025. Raila Amolo Odinga, born on 7th of January 1945, was a towering and polarizing figure in Kenyan politics, whose life tracked the country's breakthrough from single-party rule towards more contested multi-party democracy. He combined a long record of activism and repeated presidential bids with periods of detention and sharp controversy. He also served as Kenya's Prime Minister in a unity government and remained a major national voice until his death in October 2025. Family and early life. Raila Odinga was born in Maseno, Nyanza province, into a politically prominent Luo family. His father, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, was an early nationalist leader and Kenya's first vice president after independence. His mother was Mary Juma, often spelled Ajuma. Growing up in that household gave Raila an early exposure to politics, nationalist networks, and a strong sense of public purpose. He attended schools in Western Kenya, later receiving a scholarship to study in the German Democratic Republic, where he completed engineering studies. After returning to Kenya in the early 1970s, Odinga worked in the civil service, including at the Kenya Bureau of Standards, and later founded a manufacturing firm. His training as an engineer and experience in business and government gave him practical credentials that complemented his family name and political ambitions. Detention, controversy, and activism. Odinga's political life was marked by dramatic confrontations with the state. In the wake of the failed 1982 coup against President Daniel Arap Moi, Odinga was accused of involvement and was detained without trial, an episode that cost him many years out of active politics. He spent long periods under house arrest and imprisonment. In the 1980s, reports count several years in detention and solitary confinement, which hardened his reputation as both a dissident and a survivor of repressive politics. The exact nature and extent of his involvement in the 1982 plot has been debated. Later biographies and sources suggested a more complicated picture than the government's original charges, and some passages in later authorized accounts raise fresh questions that were controversial at the time. Return to electoral politics and repeated presidential bids. Once multi-party politics resumed, Odinga re-entered electoral life and became one of Kenya's most persistent presidential contenders. He served as Member of Parliament for Langata, among other roles, and founded or led several political groupings that culminated in the Orange Democratic Movement (ODM). Odinga ran for president repeatedly, notably in 1997, 2007, 2013, 2017, and 2022. His campaign magnified his popular appeal in key regions and among many urban voters, but also deepened national fault lines. Most dramatically, after the disputed 2007, on several occasions, he and his supporters alleged electoral malpractice, most dramatically after the disputed 2007 vote that preceded deadly unrest. His legal challenges and public mobilization helped make electoral integrity and constitutional reform central themes of contemporary Kenyan politics. The 2007 crisis, the 2008 unity government, and the prime ministership. The aftermath of 2007 presidential election was a defining moment for Odinga and for Kenya. The disputed result triggered large-scale violence and an internationally mediated negotiation that produced a power-sharing agreement. Odinga became prime minister in a grand coalition government from 2008 to 2013 with President Moi Kibaki. As prime minister, he sought to stabilize a fractured country, advance reforms, and press for a new constitution, a process that culminated in the 2010 constitution. The unity government era burned in memories both for its stabilizing role and for political tensions between coalition partners. Later politics, reform efforts, and handshake and shifting alliance. After leaving the Prime Minister's office in 2013, Odinga remained central to national life. He continued to contest presidential elections, to push for reforms, including the Building Bridges initiative at one point, and to use both the courts and mass mobilization as political tools. In a notable turn, his 2013 handshake with President Uhuru Kenyatta, a public reconciliation that shocked many observers, led to fresh cooperation and some national priorities, but also provoked criticism from parts of his own base that saw it as a compromise of opposition principles. In the later 2010s and 2020s, Odinga combined opposition politics with occasional rapprochement and alliance building, including engagement with newer leaders, public image and criticism. Odinga inspired fierce loyalty among many supporters, widely called him Baba, and was celebrated as a fighter for democracy by many regional and international observers, but he was also a polarizing figure. Critics accuse him variously of political opportunism, of exploiting ethnic loyalties, or of failing to translate political mobilization into the presidency. Episodes such as the 1982 allegations, the 2007 aftermath, the handshake, and intra-party dispute ensured that assessment of his legacy varied widely across Kenya's complex political landscape. Death and immediate aftermath. aftermath, Raila Odinga died on the 15th of October 2025 while receiving medical treatment in Kochi, India. Reports said he suffered a cardiac arrest during a morning walk. His death prompted national mourning, public gatherings to receive his body, and statements from political leaders across the spectrum recognizing his role in shaping modern Kenya. International and Kenyan media covered both the outpouring of grief and the debates about how his long, contentious career will be judged by history. Legacy: a balancing act. Odinga's legacy is mixed and will be debated for years. He helped push Kenya away from the most repressive features of one-party rule, was central to constitutional reform, and repeatedly put electoral fairness on the national agenda. At the same time, repeated electoral defeat, episodes of confrontation, and accusation of both culpability and compromise complicated a simple geography. In short, Raila Odinga was both a catalyst for democratic change and a figure whose methods and choices provoked persistent controversy. The body of the former Prime Minister of Kenya, Raila Odinga, will be laid to rest in Bondo on Sunday, 19th October 2025. Thank you for watching Lango News Channel. I am Denish, Ongora.
Thank you for watching Lango News Channel. Please subscribe for more updates.